All right, well, welcome everybody and good afternoon. Welcome to Airgun Expo 2024. This is day 4, and this is our fourth. Is this our fourth? Yes, this is our fourth. Day 4, fourth live.
Arm.
Where is it?
On your armpit.
On my what?
Right.
Oh, there it is. All right, I said go away, moth. If it's not flies, it's moths. Anyway, yeah, day 4, fourth live today. We have the Gamo Arrow Classic. Before we jump into that, I want to say thank you to all of our sponsors. Check them out right there. You can go to theairgunexpo.com. If there's something you see, if it's a Hawke scope or this awesome crony from Utah Airguns or the pellets, the Predator JSB pellets, the Predator International JSB pellets, you click on the logo. It'll jump you to their page. You can learn about their company, learn about their products, and there's a form there you can fill out, send you right to them. So please use that. Let them know that you saw them here at Airgun Expo. And while we're live right now, which is awesome. I hope you're enjoying us while we're doing this live show. But if you're 6 months from now and you see this, that page is still going to be active, so you can click right on it and jump to it. Again, links to all of that will be in the video description. I want to say thank you to our AirgunWeb sponsors, our GTA sponsors, and also Airgun Army, which is a cool project. We're going to get into that heavy, hot and heavy after the expo. All right, let's get going here. What do we have on the table? We have the Gamo Arrow Classic. Now, we've already shot this. In fact, you guys may have just watched a video of us shooting this at 50 yards. A bunch of folks wanted to know, can it shoot at 50 yards? Well, short answer is yes, it can. And we're going to do a little more shooting with this. Really? Really? Okay. Little buddies just everywhere. All right, we're going to do some more shooting, and I personally want to see how far we can stretch it out. So we're going to start at 25. And we're going to start stringing our targets and see how far we can take it. It's all going to depend on the wind. I was shooting a little bit earlier, and I can hit at 100 with this, but if the wind's blowing, yeah, it changes the dynamic hard. So we'll see how it does. The Arrow Classic is basically an upgraded arrow. The Gamo Arrow is a $230 gun. I think the Classic maybe $250 or something like that. It's in that ballpark. Wood stock versus plastic. The receiver is, I think, the same. The tube is, well, it might be a little bit bigger. I'd have to put them side by side. Definitely the air cylinder is larger. This is tuned for more power. This is getting close to, maybe up to, with the right pellet, 30 foot-pounds. So where the original Arrow is 16 to 20, 18-ish in that range, this is close to 30. So completely different animal, and definitely gives you the legs to shoot darn well out to 50 yards. Now, the scope I'm running is the Hawke Air Max. Now, I had this on, if you go back and look at the schedule, you can scroll down and see Rick did a video on the Gamo Arrow 177. I used this scope on that gun, and it shot so well. And I thought it did such a good job, I moved it over to this one. I had a BSA Outlook on this. I went and throw the Air Max on here. Threw the Air Max? Throwed isn't a word. Throwed is not a word. I threw the Hawke Air Max on here, and this is a 4-12 by 50. It does not have like illuminated reticle and all that stuff, but it is an etched glass reticle, and it is their AMX reticle. And what I like to do on a second focal plane scope when I want to be shooting range, different ranges, I set it to 10 power and I just leave it there. So that way, if I don't change the magnification, then my holdover, hold under doesn't change. If I'm like, I know that at say 75 yards, I'm a 2 dots holdover. If I change the magnification, that changes, it's not the same. First focal plane stays the same, second focal plane doesn't. So I leave it 10 power is good, and I just use that. The difference between 10 and 12, not that great. Don't need that extra little bit of magnification, it's fine. So let's go ahead and get do some shooting. I will talk about some of the features as we go through. I think they get the Arrow name from this T-handle. If you've ever shot competition rifles, they have this T-handle. Like Gamo has, what is it, their 5.99 10-meter rifle has this little T-handle. If you've ever done any of that stuff, this T-handle is what you run into or what you see. It's kind of nice. This unit, why don't you switch to this camera here, hon?
I did.
Okay, so if you would, to cock it, you got to push down and pull back, and then to return it, you push it all the way forward till it clicks. If you don't, it'll kind of pop out and make a funny noise. Not going to hurt anything, but means your shot's not going to go where you want. So make sure when you put it home, it clicks up into place.
Does the scope get in the way?
Of this, You know, I don't think so. You kind of get used to it. I mean, if you were just running open sights, which you certainly can because it does have nice open sights, you wouldn't be bumping your hand. But I think you just get used to it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I do anyway. I don't have a problem with it. It's got, let me get this up and going here. And we're going to start, that's probably close enough. All right, so we're going to start at 25 yards. The trigger is their CAT trigger. It has some adjustment. Essentially, you can adjust the first stage. You're not going to adjust for trigger pull as far as trigger pull weight. Yeah, that's a Skype audio. I don't know why that's going off. Let's just turn this phone off. Okay.
Came in on my screen.
Yeah. Okay. It's got the CAT trigger, so it's adjustable for first stage. Second stage, you can adjust it to make it longer, but you can't make it any shorter. There's going to be folks out there, just put a longer screw in it. I'm going to strongly advise you not to do that because what you're doing is reducing sear engagement. And if you bump or drop the gun could discharge, accidental discharge. That's you. That's on your head, your responsibility. You can't go blame Gamo if you change out parts and then you get your gun to malfunction. Don't do it. Just get disciplined, learn how to use the trigger. That's what you need to do. So there's my rant for the day. Well, rant for this video. Let's go ahead and start at 25 yards, son. Now at 25, I'm sighted, by the way, I'm sighted for 50. At 25, I'm needing to aim 1 mil hold under, or 1 dot hold under. Okay, I'm aiming for the little yellow turtles.
The what?
The yellow turtles at 25.
No, I was on the chicken.
Sorry, I'm gonna go for the yellow turtles. I apologize. I actually told you the chicken, but I'm gonna go for the yellow turtles and see if I remember in my mind, if I remember the hold under properly. So at 50, I'm pretty much on. So at 25, I have to hold under a little bit. Let me know when you're on them.
I'm on them.
Okay, here we go. Okay.
800.
Where'd we go? We went a little left. All right, let me try that one again. There it is.
There you go.
889. 885. 890. 890.
Okay.
894.
So I'm aiming a little bit right. Seems to be effective. Okay, so we are getting 28.2 we topped out at. This is an unregulated gun. So what I mean by that is there's not a regulator in here. So whatever pressure we have in the tank, that's what's driving the pellets. It's kind of measured, if you want to use that word, by the valve. So if you have a really well-engineered valve and the hammer spring is balanced properly, that's the spring that drives the hammer to open the valve. Drives the hammer, hits the valve, opens the valve, lets the air out. If that's balanced well, you can get some great results with an unregulated gun. And we've already shown that already with the other arrow. We've shown it also with the Arracuda we shot yesterday. The Arracuda Standard is another really big dust devil. We had one, and that one just trails right up through. Nah, we'll go ahead and just skip it. It's going to go into frame anyway. We had one come through here just a minute ago that was just literally 30 yards north of us. If it had come right over us, we'd be doing some pickup sticks right now. It was pretty vicious. Okay, I'm going to go out to 50 yards, hon.
50.
Yeah.
So that is the turkey.
Yeah, I am going to take a shot at the turkey before I go to the spinners or the swivels underneath the turkey. And let's see, let me know when you're on the turkey.
Will do.
Okay, the other thing about the Classic, or excuse me, the Arrow, whether it's the Standard or the Classic, it's super quiet. I mean, all you're really hearing is the action. You're hearing the impact of the hammer against the valve, and that's it. I mean, I don't know, Sue, if you're hearing any shot noise over there at all, or if you're just hearing a thump.
I will let you know.
Yeah, I mean, it is super quiet. All right. All right, so the wind's picking up a little bit. Let's see if that's going to hurt us or see how we do here. I'm going to aim dead center for the turkey. Let's see here. A little bit left.
899.
It's like- That's all I hear.
What's that?
It's like a pop. Like
800.
Okay.
93.
I'm going to go for the spinners underneath, Sue. And I am
the blue or the yellow.
the yellow.
Okay, hold on.
I
All right.
think I can aim right about here. It's pushing left a little bit, so I'm going to aim right about here.
893.
Are they in front of the turkey?
They're right with the same space.
Okay.
886. 882. 877. 870. 862.
Oh, it went over it.
858.
There it is.
Nice.
800.
Okay, a little tougher at 50. And I'm still kind of hitting a little bit. It's still kind of blowing around a little bit. Let's take a look at our crony numbers. So we're dropping. We're at 57 foot per second spread. So we got 16 shots in. Yeah, so it was a little bit, see, we're not getting like the same sort of shot count that we normally get off of the, like the standard or the regular Gamo Arrow. So the Classic seemed to fall off the valve really after the, well, no, it's pretty steady. 87, let's see, 887. We stayed that to 890 through the first mag. We got about 3 shots in, it started to really drop. So you really, because of the extra power, because we are pushing more power, like 10 foot-pounds more, we may have to top off in between each mag. Okay. That's why it started to drop a little bit. Okay. This fills to 232 bar, and yeah, we used a lot of air. So 10 shots on this is, you know, maybe 13, 15 shots, and we dropped down to a little over 100 bar from 232. So I guess this would be more if you wanted an affordable 22 cal little hunting gun. Let's get some air in it. By the way, a huge thank you to Tuxing. If you're looking back on this camera, you'll probably see the Tuxing compressor back there. They provided that for the show and for us to use after the show, so a super huge thank you to Tuxing. They have, that is a gas-powered scuba compressor. That's like if you have a field or maybe a club and you're needing to fill tanks. That doesn't fill your air guns, that's for filling tanks. So if you have those things and you need to fill your tanks and you want to do so quickly, that is a great option. They also have one that's 110. That's a scuba compressor, so we're talking breathing quality, dry, clean air. It's 110, runs off at 110 volts. Hits that circuit pretty hard, so make sure you have a dedicated circuit. But that is a great little compressor. And then they have your standard cage compressors, which I use for direct filling guns that I need to fill in a hurry, like larger bottles or whatever. You set the pressure, hit it, auto stop, that kind of stuff. Excuse me. They're, you know, they're pretty good. They have, the one sort of thing they do differently is they have dual filtration. So that's got 2 filters on it. It's got a condensing tower and then a filter. And even their inexpensive cage compressors, I say inexpensive, are like $800-ish plus or minus a bit, 50 bucks or so. Those compressors have dual towers. So you have a condensing tower for moisture, and then that feeds an actual filter. So very, very cool. A lot of them only have one just for moisture and don't have a filter. So they make you buy the filter. But this comes like included. So I think that's really, really cool. So they have that. And then they also have your personal sort of, you know, 12 volt / 110 volt super personal compressors for just filling guns. The cage compressors can fill small bottles too. Anyway, without high pressure air, we wouldn't be shooting, because I've done the hand pump thing in the past. I'm kind of done with that. If I had to hand pump all my PCPs, I would not be shooting them. So I did it. I did it for a good while, maybe a couple years. I hand pumped everything. And then I got a compressor. It was absolutely gorgeous this morning. I mean, like super pretty. It was 52 degrees when I left the cabin this morning. And then it got hot. If I were to take off the shots where she fell off the reg, or fell off the valve, didn't have a reg, fell off the valve. Let me just, let's see. No, I think it's probably fair to say it's got a pretty good curve. Excuse me, I was looking at the wrong numbers. 48 foot per second spread. So pushing that valve, that much power, it's not as consistent as the lower power model, but if you want to hunt with it, you're going to want that power. We're going to stretch it out to 75 yards. You want to get it on the pig there, babe?
75.
And it looks like air's kind of blowing right straight. Still at 10 power on the scope. I'm not going to change that. Now, when I was testing earlier, I think it was 2 dots holdover, so that's what I'm going to use here.
Ready.
Ready?
On the
All right.
peg.
And we got a little right to left. Let's see if it pushes. I'm going to put it kind of, oh yeah, we got some wind coming up now. Well, let's just see what happens. Dead center, let's see where we go. Okay.
800.
Okay, so it's a little bit over. It's like 1.5. Let's take another shot. Definitely pushing.
879.
I'm gonna do one more shot here. Okay, a little high.
868. 881.
Really pushing. There, okay.
800.
All right, I'm gonna try 100 yards, Sue. That may be ambitious, but I'm gonna try it.
On the ram.
I'm gonna say sure.
Okay, give me a minute.
Okay. I'm gonna aim. I don't know if you guys remember, we talked about it last night, and I even showed some pictures on the Hawke video. I'm shooting the Air Max scope, which has like a tree at the bottom. We have a dot hash, dot hash, dot hash, and each hash kind of gets a little longer. So you can use the edges of those hashes to kind of give you a little bit of an aim point. So I'm gonna aim, I think 3 dots, and then I'll see where it falls. If it's on the 3 dot-ish range, then I can maybe use the edges of that reticle to kind of get some consistency. If so, I'm gonna fill this up again and we're gonna shoot at the quadrant target and see how we do. Again, I don't remember the price of this gun. I think it's under $250. I know the regular Arrow is like $230, and so it might have come up a little bit to like $250-ish. I don't remember.
I think we have a guest.
But it is, yep, it is an awesome shooting gun for the money. And here we are. It doesn't have a huge cylinder. We're gonna get good power if you wanna hunt with it. Doesn't have a lot of shot count, but we've got some good power, good range, and maybe some good accuracy at range. Let's see how it does.
You're on target for the ram. I'll be right back.
On target for the ram, okay. We just had a guest show up, so Sue's gonna go check them. I already cocked it, so don't wanna double feed it. Let's take a shot here. I'm gonna go 3 dots, dead center of the ram, see where we land.
800.
Just a little bit left. Let's try it. Okay, 3 dots it is. I'm gonna aim dead center again. It pushed just a little bit left. That went for 3.5.
800.
That dropped hard. Let's try again here.
800.
I aimed a little higher, maybe I shouldn't have.
$894.
Is that it? That's it. Okay, so we're gonna need to top off. I don't want to fall off the reg, but I mean, there's 4 shots.
Yep.
One went low. That was just a weird pellet. So I am shooting. That's just a little bit left of the 3 dot on this scope at 100 yards with a really affordable air gun. I'm going to fill this up. We're going to try the quadrant target and we're going to wrap this video up. But yeah, let's see how we do here.
Quadrant target.
Yeah, we're going to go to the quadrant target. All right, here we go. Okay.
100 yards on the
100 yards on the quadrant target. That last 10-shot group, the spread was 30 feet per second. So respectable, not awesome, respectable, and consistent enough to give us some margin of consistency at 100 yards. We got a little bit of a breeze down there, and boy, it's getting warm here. Are you feeling it, hun?
Yes, very much so.
It's getting a little toasty. All right, let's give this another shot here. Quite literally. I hear the wind coming up. A little reprieve, maybe. We've got one more video after this, guys, so definitely stay with us. I'm gonna let this pass.
Woo! Woo!
Oh, Dust Devil. Yep, that was not a bad one, fortunately. That one, okay. We're all cooled off now?
Yes.
All right. You guys can maybe see the yellow streamers just a whooping. So we've got wind now. Let's see. Yeah, we're pushing all kinds of crazy. I'm gonna go right about like this on that target, quadrant target. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right,
Oh,
we're done.
bullseye. We're done. Yeah.
We're done. And thank you so much for watching. Okay. Yeah, okay, we'll take it. Let me move my crony. Yeah.
Need we send more?
Yeah, I think we'll just stop right there. All right.
Yeah. As he sits down.
How dare I shoot it again after that? Oh my gosh. What am I, crazy? Here comes the moth again. I clipped it again.
You clipped it, yeah.
Man. Our crony isn't picking up. Maybe it got dustyified. I hit it, don't know where.
Slightly to the right. A little
Last
higher
shot.
and to the left.
Oh,
Oh,
that one
too high.
bounced off the top. That you get, okay. All right, I think that is pretty awesome. Guys, super affordable gun. You get 10 shots. That looks like what you're gonna get out of it. The 10 shots, now I am shooting 15.89s, so would a different pellet shoot differently? Probably. I would hunt with the Hades with this all day. I would hunt out to 50 yards, no problem. In fact, if I really got good at 75, if I look there, we had some pellets landing in pretty good consistency even at 75 yards. So I am blown away, frankly, because, all right, it's the shooting experience isn't like $1,200 shooting experience, okay? It's not. But for an affordable backyard, super quiet with enough power to pest or hunt or take it out in the field and squirrel hunt, rabbit hunt, groundhog, even armadillo. You get like good pellets. I'm sure you could take armadillo with this too. I mean, it's a really cool air gun. It's brought to you by Gamo, so if you guys want to check this out, click on their logo on the website, Gamo USA. You can go to the web. I believe this is an exclusive, so if you're really interested, definitely go to our website, go to their showcase, look at all the cool stuff, fill out the form, or jump over to their website and get yourself hooked up with one of these really cool air guns. I want to say thank you to all of our sponsors, whether they're AirgunWeb sponsors, Gateway Airgun sponsors, or super huge thank you to the folks that kind of put money down to make all this happen. Thank you guys so much for letting us do this. If you guys want to support them, want to see them, go to our website, theairgunexpo.com. All of the logos there, even ones, we have a new one, not on the banner, Nate Croney, he's going to be live with us tonight. Stay tuned for that. That's going to be a fun, very, very fun episode. Yeah, check that out for sure. But please, click on the logos, let them know that you saw them here on the Airgun Expo. And even though we're live right now, you may be seeing this 6 months or a year later, those links are still going to work. Click the links, go say hi to our the folks that help us do this. We really do appreciate it. Definitely helps us out. Well, that's going to be it. My name's Rick here with AirgunWeb for the Airgun Expo. Thanks for watching.